The most viewed video on this channel is the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Success in Red Dead Online. This guide was released last year back in 2020, but because nothing changed with the Naturalist update and the Bounty Hunter enhancement, it wasn't worth making a new video based on this. So instead of creating a new video, I did just include brackets in the end which said 2021. But with the latest Red Dead Online Blood Money update, it has brought some changes, and this makes progressing very easy early stages in Red Dead. So let's go over this Ultimate Beginner's Guide and make it even better. Before I do get into the video, if you enjoy the content here and want to see a bit more from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. We are uploading Red Dead videos every single week, giving you the latest tips and the latest information. If you do want to stay up to date, then make sure you are following the channel. Getting back into the video, this is an addition to the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Success in Red Dead Online. About 80% of that video is still correct, it's still good advice, but there are a few things that have changed which we'll be covering in this video. If you are a player that has gone through all of this already, then I advise just clicking off. You will not be getting any benefit from this because you already know it all. If you are a new player, this video will make the Ultimate Beginner's Guide even better. So the first part of that video is still the same. You'll go into Red Dead Online, you'll create your character, this is entirely up to you, and then you'll go through a 1-hour tutorial. This 1-hour tutorial will show you the basics of the game. It'll give you an introduction to the story, it'll show you how to pitch your camp, it'll introduce you to the Wheeler Rawson & Co catalog, and then you go on various other activities where you can learn the gameplay mechanics. Once you finish this 1-hour tutorial, you'll then move over to Free Roam where you can play with other players and actually get into all the other activities. The next part also hasn't changed as you'll be going through the main missions. There are 13 in total, 4 honorable, 4 dishonorable, and 5 which doesn't matter. Your best bet is to finish the 4 honorable missions first. Once you have completed them, you'll then just go over to any towns such as Blackwater, Valentine, Saint Denis, and you'll just kill as many NPCs as possible. It's so much easier for you to start honorable and become dishonorable rather than it being vice versa. Whichever way you choose though, after completing all 13 of these missions, you'll have anywhere between $800 to $1,000 and you'll have around 10 gold bars. Unfortunately, 10 gold bars isn't enough for you to get into the content. You want to aim to get 15 gold bars so you can enter your first role. And this, in the Ultimate Beginner's Guide tutorial, this is where I told you to go through stranger missions. This is where everything starts to change. Originally at this point in the game, there was an audience retention problem. This was the hardest part and the grindiest part of Red Dead Online. Because there was no fun activities for you to go through, you had to just go through linear, straightforward missions, which will pay you a very small amount of gold. And because you have only just started the game, your daily challenge streak is going to be next to nothing. So you'll actually have to spend either a lot of hours just rinse and repeating the exact same activity over and over again, or you will need to wait a couple days as you slowly build up a daily challenge streak. The only other option was to buy gold, and most players really do not want to be doing it at this stage, especially when it is only for 5 gold bars. This was the worst part of the game, but the latest Red Dead Online Blood Money update has solved this problem. Instead of going through these stranger missions, you can now head all the way over to this location in Saint Denis. The good thing about this content is that as soon as you go over there, it will play a cinematic and you're automatically enrolled into all the content. There is no upfront investment. You don't need to pay any cash to enter any of this content, and you don't need to pay any gold. Once this cinematic is over, it now unlocks the Blood Money content. Head over to any of these symbols which are based on your map. They will give you Blood Money missions, which allows you to go through different types of crimes. At the end of every single one of these missions, you'll be awarded with gold, money, and XP. And the longer it takes you to finish these missions, the more money, gold, and XP you'll be able to get. Very similar to what was said within that previous video where we talked about stranger missions. The only difference now is that we're going through Blood Money missions which have a slightly higher payout. The other added bonus to these Blood Money missions is you need to loot bodies and look for lockboxes which you can loot. The reason for this is because you can get something called Capitali. Capitali is the currency which is specific for all of this Blood Money content. Eventually, once you build up enough Capitali, you can head back over to these icons which are found on your map, and instead of going through the crimes, you can go across a page and you can find opportunities. These opportunities are very similar to the main missions you went through, except you have a bit more freedom. You choose the path in the way that you want to go to complete the objective. The big bonus for you if you are just starting Red Dead Online is that it does have a much higher payout, compared to anything else you can get at this stage of the game. I have already done a video here on this channel breaking down the ways in which you can maximize money, gold and XP when going through these missions. If I was to go through it in this video will end up being 20 minutes long. So if you do want to see that, there will be a link in the description down below, as well as there'll be a card top right on your screen right now, which you can click and it'll take you directly to that video. It'll show you how you can get $200, it'll show you how to get 1500 XP, and it'll show you how to get around 48 gold nuggets. Realistically, by the time that you've gone through all of these crimes, built up enough capitality for you to go through an opportunity, you should now have around 15 gold bars. This is now where you can move back to that ultimate beginner's guide. And instead of going back through the stranger missions, which is where we last left off, you can now just skip all of that and go straight to the bounty hunter. The bounty hunter is content that also hasn't changed. Everything that was mentioned in that ultimate beginner's guide is still the exact same. It is still the only role within the game that gives out active gold, no matter whether or not you bring in bounties dead or alive. So everything that was first talked about in that first tutorial is still the exact same. Once you get 15 gold bars again, following the bounty hunter role, you want to buy into the collector. The collector is still the best role to go through when you need cash. The only difference from that ultimate beginner's guide is since then there has been a few nerfs. Unfortunately, you can't go through the coin set every single day because now every single coin that you pick up, they are now random. So it actually takes multiple days for you to finish a set. There are also some guaranteed sets which haven't changed. You can actually finish them all in one day. If you're looking to make the most money, focus on going through the family heirlooms, tarot cards pentacles, and tarot cards swords. You can use what is called the Jean Rope collector map. Link to this can be found in the description down below, and this will show you every single collectible location. This is the best way to make money. Once you build up 25 gold bars, this is where you'll move on to the Moonshiner and buy into this role. To do this, you do need to do some things first. You do need to actually participate within the trader, but we're not going to buy it. You either need to get to rank 5 within the trader or do at least one trader delivery. The best thing to do without buying into it is to do a trader delivery. You're going to either team up with friends or random players, and hopefully they'll let you join in on their trader delivery. Once it's finished, you'll get $300 and you can unlock the Moonshiner. If you don't have any friends that play Red Dead Online or they haven't unlocked the trader, you could always go into the description down below, click that link to the Red Dead Online Discord, and there you'll find loads of players which have been playing this game for quite some time. We also have specific chats where you can either ask or even offer to do moonshine or trader deliveries, and it's available on all platforms. This is how you get around from buying into the trader and go straight into the Moonshiner. Following this, you want to build up 25 gold bars again, except this time you're now going to go into the Naturalist. The Naturalist was a role which was never ever talked about in that previous Ultimate Beginner's Guide video, because the Naturalist didn't even exist. This role brought in new legendary animals and the Trapper. There are loads of videos here on this channel which show you the best and most efficient way to go through the Naturalist. If you do want to see that, there will be a link in the description down below, as well as there'll be a card on screen right now which you can click and it'll take you to that video. Yet again, if we were to go through everything included in this video, unfortunately this will end up being about 20-30 minutes long. But you want to go through this first. This is essential because after the Naturalist, this is where you go to the trader. The trader does only cost 15 gold bars and is a lot cheaper compared to the Moonshiner and Naturalist. But the reason that you want to go through these first is that you can use the Naturalist to benefit you within the trader. As said, the Naturalist brought in legendary animals that can be found within free roam, or you can go through specific legendary animal missions. With all of these legendary animals, you have a choice. You can sedate and sample, which is what you're supposed to do for the Naturalist role, or you can kill and skin. If you kill and skin those animals, you can store them within your hunting wagon. And then you can take your hunting wagon all the way over to your camp and donate them to cribs for your trader business. See, before with the trader, we never had legendary animals, so you had to use any other type of animal within the game and donate it to cribs. The problem comes is that they don't donate too many materials. The best animal that you had within the game was a cougar, which was extremely rare, but it would only give you 30 materials. Whereas these legendary animals, you have them on demand. you can go over to Harriet at any time and you can ask for a legendary animal mission. That legendary animal, no matter what it is, will give you anywhere between 30 all the way up to high 50s in materials when you donate it to Cribs. So getting a Naturalist first before the trader, it just makes things 1,000 times easier. You don't have to constantly hunt animals just for small animal parts to donate to Cribs, because now you can donate a whole legendary animal and that will keep you sorted for an hour until you need to do it all over again. The final thing to do is to buy into the prestigious Bounty Hunter license. This was added with the Bounty Hunter enhancement back in December 2020. The reason that we're going through this last, even though the Bounty Hunter is the only role within the game that gives active gold, is because the prestigious Bounty Hunter doesn't really change anything. It gives you another 10 ranks for you to progress through the Bounty Hunter, it gives you liveries for the Bounty Hunter wagon, you got 3 new legendary bounties, you also have the addition of infamous bounties, but it doesn't change anything mechanically for the role, and it also doesn't change anything for your payout. So you'll be buying into this content to get more content only to retrieve the exact same thing. So it doesn't make sense for you to buy into the prestigious license straight after you finish the Bounty Hunter. You might as well go through other content first, which unlocks more content within the game, new mechanics, and also has a higher payout, and then come back around to the prestigious Bounty Hunter license at the end where you can still be involved with the content. Anyway guys, this is an updated version of the Ultimate Beginner's Guide. As said, 80% of that original video is still good advice and good information. It's just over the last 3 updates there have been a few things that have changed. And as that video is still getting thousands of views every single day, it makes sense for you to have the latest information. If you do have any questions, then feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Anything that I've talked about in this video which will lead to another tutorial, you can find links to everything in the description. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.